2 minutes in, and the visitors from South find themselves North still looking for their first points tonight. Hello everybody, I'm John Collins, courtside here for Nashua High North as they take on the Merrimack Tomahawks here at the campus of North. So far, North coming up empty on their trips down the court. Merrimack trying to make hay while the sun shines here, and North trying to find their offensive footing. Titans with another rebound off of a miss. Down court comes Caitlin Lorendi. Lorendi being guarded closely by Emma Veluzzi. To her right, now to her left. Had the ball go off her left knee, and the whistle behind the play. We got a foul. Backcourt foul is going to be against the Titans. Probably a good foul in that situation to prevent what might have been great numbers for Merrimack on their drive down the court. Tomahawks lead 4-0, just about 3 minutes into the game. Momentary stumble there by Emma Veluzzi, but throws it in the corner. Long shot is no good by Lily DeBillis, number 15. Merrimack with another shot at it as they get the offensive board. Wide open three from the corner is going to back rim. As they look at it from the far corner, that was Jillian Waller that let it fly from distance, not able to get it to go. 8-minute quarters in New Hampshire high school girls and boys basketball. We've played just over 3 minutes of the first quarter of this one. North versus Merrimack here on a Friday night on Nashua ETV. Driving to the basket, terrific look there for North, and again, not able to get it to go. That was Lillian Brooks driving to the basket, basically a layup drill. She went with a forward shot though, rather than the underhanded finger roll. Might have gotten better results, so it'll be Lillian Brooks to inbound it. 4:42 to go in the first quarter. Victoria Conrad trying to take advantage of that height in the middle, and it is also a miss of what should be a high percentage shot for the Titans. So they have come up empty nearly through halfway through the first quarter. Meanwhile, a three-pointer is good for Merrimack's Kira Bikey, and that is going to be a cause for timeout for Nashua North. They want to talk it over here, and well, they should, as they have not been able to find the answer offensively early. Had some really high percentage looks at the basket and not able to convert. So it's a 7-0 Merrimack lead upon this first timeout with 4:23 remaining in the first quarter. North digging themselves a bit of a hole here on their home court on a Friday night, trying to put some points up, maybe get back into this one, but they have spotted Merrimack a full 7 points as they take them on here after the timeout. We'll be having some score updates coming up in this game. John Collins along with our cameraman Tim O'Neill and executive producer Pete Johnson courtside here at Nashua High North. Every game is a bonus in this pandemic season. North again with a trip down the floor and no points to show for it as the Tomahawks try to get actually to 10 points before North scores their first. They have a free throw shooter at the line. That's a non-shooting foul, excuse me. Inbound play to Victoria Conrad. Cross court it goes. Lillian Brooks finds the cutting Grace Carden in the middle. Grace might have traveled. No, there's a foul. Push from behind. I saw Grace drag her pivot foot, but there was contact against Merrimack. The foul is called. And substitution for the Titans as Olivia Masrol comes into the game, number 12 for North, with an opportunity to score the game's first points. There's a steal, anticipating the bounce pass was Kira Bikey, and she was able to slap it away, but went out of bounds. So inbound play for the Titans. Just under 4 minutes to go, first quarter. North still looking for their first points of the game halfway through the first quarter. Ball into the corner Number 13 is Motita Rana for North. Motita has it now. She's been guarded outside the 3-point line. Number 10 is Natalie Burgess. Olivia Mazarol in the paint off the glass, very high off the glass. That one didn't have much of a chance, more of a slip out of the hand of Olivia. And here come the Tomahawks with a 7-point on the board, make it 10. They're to double digits now, a double-digit deficit for North to begin this game. Almost 5 minutes into the first quarter, no points, 10-0 Merrimack. That's the story of the game so far, the inability of North to put any points up. Meanwhile, Merrimack is churning right along with double digits up on the board. The possession error on the jump ball favors Merrimack, so everything's going the way of blue right now as the Tomahawks enjoy a 10-0 lead and possession of the basketball. 3:03 to go in the first quarter. And walking the ball up for the Tomahawks is Emma Velusi. A lot of juniors on this roster for Merrimack. I noticed glancing down, there's just 4 times the number 12 appears out of a roster of about 13, 14 girls. There's a lay-in for Merrimack. So it's a 12-0 lead and another North timeout as they try to find the answer to get this team on track. 2:41 remains in the first quarter. And playing 8-minute quarters as we do, that means that 5:19 has gone by. And North still seeking that first basket of any kind. Reason to powwow on the sidelines and discuss things. Merrimack, meanwhile, are talking about how to do more of the same. Once again, the court looking to be in pristine condition from this angle, as I am in the corner of the court, floor level. Just nothing but shiny hardwood for as far as I can see. And I'm told that because of the pandemic, these floors get less wear and tear. It kind of shows in that way too. Victoria Conrad dishes it off to Caitlin Lorendi. They swing it all the way around near corner. Lillian Brooks thought about the shot, but kicks it back outside. Motita Rana passed it quickly to Caitlin Lorendi, who's captaining the offense from the top of the key. Swings it to the left now. Again, North seeking their first points, trailing 12-0. They have spotted the visiting team a dozen to begin the game. The runner from the side, Lillian Brooks, gets the ball back, steals back after her miss. North travels. Faking hard left was Motita Rana, but she lost control with her pivot foot as she went right, and the whistle sounds. So another trip down the floor for North, and still no points with an even 6 minutes gone in the first quarter. Merrimack, meanwhile, like a machine. There's a long shot. Looked good out of the hand of Jillian Waller, but caught the back left rim, and it's North ball off of the rebound. Caitlin Lorendi, double teamed, looking for a teammate. No, she's going to pass it. The floater's good. Caitlin Lorendi with some good work there. Very high percentage shot in close and was able to get it to go. So North is on the scoreboard. It's 12-2 in favor of Merrimack. The Tomahawks with possession, 1:20 left to go. The catch and shoot, no good. Heavy contact underneath. We have a foul against one of Merrimack's players, I would imagine, as Motita Rana was just standing there with her hands clasped firmly on the basketball while she got assaulted by 2 opponents. But it is a foul against Merrimack. Of course, nowhere near the penalty of 7 fouls yet here in the first half. So North will inbound it. Caitlin Lorendi, Lillian Brooks, Olivia Mazarol with a kind of a running hook gets fouled. And it's good to see North go to the line, maybe get settled into a rhythm here offensively, as Olivia Mazarol with a good decision, I think, to go to the basket in the paint and draw some contact. So she's at the line trying to add to the Titans' point total. Very simple, basic, but effective free throw shooting style by Olivia. Doesn't waste a lot of time with the pre-shot. Right to the palms and a flick of the wrist, and it's nothing but net for 2 free throws for Olivia Mazerol. So it's 12-4. North trying to get back into this game after going scoreless for the first 6 minutes. Foul as the Tomahawks drive through the paint that appeared to be called against Victoria Conrad. Merrimack swings the ball around. Up at the top of the key it goes to Lily Debillis, number 15. Now into the side, Kira Bikey. Into the corner on the bounce pass. They're going to call. Are they going to call flailing the elbows against Kira Bikey? That's an unusual call, I think. She really wasn't moving her feet very much, and the official apparently didn't like something that he saw there, as the foul is effectively a turnover by the Tomahawks without actually losing control of the basketball. Half a minute to go in the first quarter. North has a chance to score points here before time expires and make it less of a deficit. Out of bounds off of the Tomahawks. So North gets another chance here. 25 seconds left to go in the first quarter. They get a basket here. It won't look all that bad or dire. Down 12-4 are North. 20 seconds left to go as Motita Rana walks it to the top of the key, to her right, to her left, weaving in the paint, gets the ball up, and it is tipped out of bounds off of Merrimack. So North retains possession. Interesting non-call of any foul right there. They just said Motita lost control of the ball. She gets the inbounds pass. 10 seconds left to go. North looking for some sort of a quality shot here before the buzzer. Motita Rana drives, bounce pass, Olivia Mazerol. Hook shot is no good. Got a little bit too much of the back rim there as the ball bounces away. Good work by North to free up Olivia as she ran horizontally through the paint. Just a little bit too much back rim on that hook shot. And the score remains 12-4 as we go to the break. North had a chance to cut it down to 6 right there, but it will be an 8-point deficit spotted to Merrimack to begin the second quarter. My partner Tom King will be here at halftime. Our cameraman is Tim O'Neill at the campus of Nashua High North. Once again, sparsely attended in person. Hopefully we'll have a lot more people viewing at home here on Nashua ETV. We'll be having scoring updates coming from our base headquarters as we'll look to our phone. And also welcome our Merrimack viewers who will be seeing this telecast of the Tomahawks in action here on a Friday, February 12th of 2021. Every game a bonus in pandemic basketball season 2021. We are almost full circle as far as the effect that the COVID-19 virus has had on the world. Most of the United States began to shut down in the second week of March. I probably don't have to remind you, we are almost 1 full year into it. They had no state championship games last year in girls and boys basketball. I'm hoping that'll be a different story this season, as we've learned to cope with this. Masks as evidence. There's a shot from distance that looked good out of the hand of Samantha Canto, but it goes out of bounds off of Merrimack. North ball. Lillian Brooks with the inbound play. And ball goes out of bounds off of Merrimack again, so a fresh 5 seconds to inbound it for the Titans. Lillian Brooks will do it from the other side of the basket now. Long pass off the fingertips. Good thing if Natalie Burgess has slowed it down before it got to half court, where Samantha Canto picked it up. Lillian Brooks had it slapped out of her hand, and trying to get it back, she committed a foul. So the classic trying to overcompensate foul after her pocket got picked. I don't blame it. It's a natural response by Lillian Brooks, but Merrimack with a good play there defensively, trying to set up the first points perhaps of the second quarter. Merrimack ran out to a 10-0 lead before, or 12-0 before North finally scored. The runner in the paint doesn't go for Lily Debilis. Trying to push the pace a little bit. Beat the press. Grace Carden comes down. Deflected pass attempted by Lillian Brooks there. Good job by Merrimack's defenders to get in their hands in the passing lane. The turnaround, the quick shot, no good. Loose ball in traffic underneath. Another chance at it for Olivia Cody, number 35, but they come up empty to the Tomahawks, and here come the Titans in a T versus T. Titans versus Tomahawks Friday night game. Nothing there for North, but a good rebound by Samantha Canto. She handed it off, the miss. And now Merrimack trying to turn it into a fast break. Basket? No, out of bounds off of the blue team. So kind of a frenzied look to the game right now. Not a lot of points being scored. North would like to go on a little bit of a run here if they could. Walking it down the court is Grace Carden, number 14. In the middle, catch and shoot for Olivia Mazerol. One of the nicest plays of the game for the Titans. Olivia Mazerol cutting straight to the basket through the paint, received the pass, put it right up and in. And it's a 12-6 game right now. North has cut the deficit to 6 as they work hard and get that defensive rebound. Grace Carden all the way to the other free throw line and can't get it to go. Kind of a nice wide open set shot there. But unfortunately, North not getting a lot of shots to fall. Merrimack had a good look there. Olivia Mazerol back on defense to snatch that rebound away and set up Grace Carden as she bounces it straight down the middle of the court. 5:20 to go, first half. And North has a chance to cut it to 4 or perhaps 3, depending on what type of basket they might get here. Lily Brooks on the runner off the glass, looks good. Too strong though off the glass. The rim couldn't contain it, and it is still 12-6 as Merrimack brings it down court with the 6-point lead. Baseline drive, Lily Debilis gets fouled on the way to the basket, and she will go to the line as she was in the act of shooting. And the whistle sounded. Just under 5 minutes to go in the first half, and Merrimack chance to add to their 6-point lead here with Lily Debilis at the line. Off to the left. Substitutions for both teams as Victoria Conrad checks back in. There is no question who is the tallest player on the court right now. It is Victoria Conrad. I do believe I heard our esteemed colleague Tom King say that Victoria is 6'6". And she's checked back into the game for the Titans. Matita Rana, and also back into the game is Caitlin Lorendi, number 3, who's got it now. Being slapped at by Emma Veluzzi, gives it to Grace Carden. Grace Carden face left, goes right, hands it off to Caitlin Lorendi. Lorendi Mazerol momentarily lost the handle, and a timeout is called by the Titans, who will huddle up with their coach and talk it over in a 13-6 game. So despite North's struggles offensively, this game is not out of hand. They're only down by 7, single digits, and that's a relief the way they have come up empty offensively. You can hear North coach voice raised here in the huddle, and meanwhile it's nearer to us, or to me I should say, much quieter, almost hand signals being given by Merrimack. So message delivered in the North huddle. They call a timeout while they had the ball. on that offensive possession. So they still have it, down 13-6 with 4.5 minutes remaining in the first half. As Motita Rana will inbound it. Grace Carton inside, Victoria Conrad trying to work toward the basket, but instead lost the handle. And here come the Tomahawks. Emma Veluzzi dribbles to her right, throws it into the corner. The catch and shoot by Lily DeBillis doesn't go. Rebound Merrimack. DeBillis will try again from distance. Swish. That was actually Shannon Sudwani, Shannon Sudwani, number 10, with a beautiful high-arcing three-pointer, 16-6, and Merrimack's got a double-digit lead back. Caitlin Lorendi bounce past Grace Carden from three-point territory. Really good-looking shot. Nothing to show. It's too long. Back rim. Long fast break pass up court to Shannon Sudwani. She's going to hand it off. Long shot doesn't go for Emma Chamberlain. Or make that Lily DeBillis, number 15, took that shot from Merrimack. Grace Carden, heavy contact on defense here. The defenders are taking full advantage of the fact that it's not a tightly called game from a physical standpoint. So as a competitor, you will sense what the boundary is and take as much as you can get, making life difficult for North offensively. These one-on-one matchups for Merrimack, they are giving no room to the ball carrier, as you can see right there. Shannon Sudwani right in the grill of Caitlin Lorendi, who nearly had it slapped away. Caitlin goes to her left, hands it off. Grace Carden at the free throw line, trying to get it into Victoria Conrad. Basket and the foul, and that, I am sure, is how the coach draws it up on the whiteboard. Get it to your dominant player underneath. Victoria doesn't even need to put the ball on the floor. The turnaround to the basket, gets fouled, and is at the line. That is the formula for success for the Titans. Not missing free throws, though. It's not part of that formula. Or not missing free throws is part of the formula, I should say, in a grammatically correct fashion. 16-8, so Merrimack still has doubled up North at this point. Just over 2.5 minutes left in the first half. Lily DeBillis, that shot seemed to be deflected, so partially blocked, and a chance for North to cut into that 8-point deficit. With it, Grace Carden hands it off. Olivia Mazerol gets it inside. Victoria Conrad, layup drill, and more of the same, please, says the Nashua North coaching staff. It's 16-10. North's gone double digits. Merrimack trying to answer back with a big basket. Instead, it's poked away. And Merrimack getting another chance at it. Jillian Waller, number 30, snatched it off of the slap away. And Olivia Mazerol nearly got a steal there, but North able to get it, Merrimack able to get it back. And now Merrimack wants a timeout. First time you've seen them kind of lose a little bit of confidence there on their possession down the floor. 1:59, just under 2 minutes to go in the first half, and a little bit of a momentum swing shows its face here for North. Down by just 6 points, and they nearly had a chance to come down court and maybe make it a one-score game, but the defensive rebound was slapped away from one of the North players' hands. Merrimack trying to answer back a few baskets in a row here by North, leading 16-10 still, up by 6 points with, as we said, almost about 2 minutes to go. Strategy for the final moments of the second half. It was very encouraging for the Titans to see them getting the ball inside to Victoria Conrad, the senior center, who knew just what to do with it. Olivia Mazerol with the good high point pass, just lofting it up to where only Victoria could receive it, and Victoria putting it home. So a couple of times here in this second quarter. Merrimack with basically a set play out of the timeout, or a set strategy. There's a Straight on look for the Tomahawks, and good hustle to get to the basketball first for Samantha Canto of North. So she was able to use her body to shield the ball and drew the foul in the forecourt from the Merrimack player. So good job for the Titans. And in fact, with that foul, it's number 7 against Merrimack, and that will put Samantha Canto at the line to shoot free throws. So now 7 fouls as a team against Merrimack. Any foul at all that's called in the next couple of minutes, it will put a Titan at the line. Canto did a good job of saving that, but had the ball fall out of bounds off of her. She ran out of hardwood real estate over there in front of the Merrimack bench. But more good hustle from Samantha Canto. 1:40 left. Merrimack swings the ball to the left. With it is Lily DeBillis into the corner. Shannon Sudwani, who has a three-pointer to her credit, tried to penetrate, draw some defenders, and then throw it back to the corner. But I think, as my buddy Tom King would say, getting a little bit too fancy when you're that close to the basket. And it cost Merrimack a turnover. So down by 6. Victoria Conrad backs into the basket. Can't get the lay-in to go, though. She kind of missed that square on the glass that might have helped to direct that one. That was definitely a walk. That was taking a couple of baby steps before she launched it there by Emma Veluzzi. So that is a turnover. 1:10 to go in the half, and North showing signs of life here offensively. Deflected pass out of bounds off of Merrimack, so North will inbound this. That's Grace Cardin over there in front of the Tomahawk bench. 1 minute left to go, 1:01. As Grace inbounds, this looks for a teammate. Able to find Samantha Canto, able to find Victoria Conrad, left it short. Good job of getting in there and getting the loose ball by Natalie Burgess, but North not able to convert. 50 seconds left to go. Merrimack with a fast break attempt here. Lily DeBillis' kind of funny-looking reverse finger roll doesn't go. And ahead of the field, Natalie Burgess, 2 more chances. Foul underneath. That'll put North at the line. Certainly putting herself in exactly the right spot to be effective. Natalie Burgess a few times on the offensive rebounds, had great chances for putbacks, but just couldn't get them to go. And battling for the rebound, Samantha Canto draws the foul. So Samantha hits it, the first of 2, makes it a 5-point game. Victoria Conrad will take a breather for the rest of this half. Olivia Mazerol checks back in. The second free throw by Samantha Canto doesn't go. And it's a loose ball battle that goes Merrimack's way. Just over a half minute remaining in the first half, and Merrimack had a big 12-0 lead at one point, but since then, North has outscored them 11-4. So we're at 16-11 in Merrimack's favor, but a definite swing of fortunes in the second quarter as North has come back fully into this game, trailing by just the 5 points now. Out of bounds off of Merrimack, they say. Slapping it away was Olivia Mazerol, and must have got a piece of the fingertips of Jillian Waller before it went out of bounds in front of the North bench. So down court come the Titans, trailing by 5 with 13 seconds left. Poked out of bounds by Shannon Sudwani, who continues to play tenacious and tough defense for the Tomahawks. Inbound play, knocked away. Grace Cardin saves it. A body hits the floor. It's going to be out of bounds off of the Titans. It was, I guess, knocked out of bounds by Merrimack before Grace Cardin picked it up. So only 8.8 seconds remain. Motita Rana is going to shoot it from the free throw line. Back rims it. Loose ball. Everybody had a hand on it, looked like. And Burgess, Natalie Burgess with the basket as the buzzer sounds. Big basket there for North entering halftime. They are just down by the 1 score now. They trailed by 12-0 early, down by a dozen, not able to score until Merrimack had that big lead, but since that 12-0 start, It is a 16 to 1 run by North. Had to do the math on that. That is some turnaround. So we will have a different story entering the second half, it appears. John Collins along soon to be with Tom King. Our cameraman Tim O'Neill will take a break. You're watching Nashua TV. 16 to 13. We have Merrimack leading North at halftime. Friday night basketball continues after our halftime break.
Emotes say a lot, but they can't say it all. Think your guildmate is struggling? Try these dialogue options. Go beyond emotes. Check in with your guildmates at seizetheawkward.org.
Welcome back, everybody, to the campus of Nashua High School North. John Collins along with Tom King as we get set to start the second half. It is North hosting Merrimack. The girls from Merrimack had a 12-0 lead with 2 minutes left in the first quarter, and since then, North has gone on a 16-1 run. A game of runs is basketball, as Tom said many times, and that's some kind of a run.
That is some kind of a run, John. And you know what? They were, a game. I was here 2 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago for a game against Alvern, and they did pretty much the same thing, and it was interesting. So this will be an interesting second half.
Yes, we have a message on the screen here of our little box. This is I'm talking to Tim O'Neill in my headset here, and it says that the shutdown warning: the battery is too low. Expect automatic shutdown soon.
What does that
Tim,
mean for us?
I don't know, Tim. Is that I don't know what that means for us, but that's on our little thing right here. Maybe it's not plugged in. Did I come out or something? Maybe I have to plug in the backup. Let's see. Trying to be technical here in my old age. Oh, for some reason. Oh, I guess it got unplugged from the wall, Tom. I don't know if you could do that for us. This. Actually, I could probably do it. Our corner of the basketball court became the cheerleaders' locker room at halftime, and I think one of the girls inadvertently unplugged us at halftime. So problem is solved before the battery. Oh, Tom. You are tethered. You are tethered, my man. I think we're still on.
I think we are too.
Oh, boy.
Sorry about that. I thought I had more leeway. These cheerleaders make things complicated, John.
Yeah. I don't know if we can blame him for that one, but this is...
Well, that's why I'm moving so far, so, I can get in front of them and do the...
Yeah. Hopefully we're still on, Tim. I think we are. As the mixed pre-6 system took a hit and keeps on ticking. So 6:16 to go. What did I miss? North only took the lead. That's all. while I was
John,
working.
Don't worry about it. There's 2 quarters left to play.
All right. Yeah. 17-16. North has come all the way back from 12-0 to take the lead.
Just amazing. But, 12-0, John, in a basketball game that's got 4 quarters, it's not that big a deficit to make up.
Well, Tom, you
got plenty of time.
The moment they started feeding the ball underneath to Victoria Conrad is the moment they started coming back.
And that's what they're going to do tomorrow when they play South. And that's going to be quite a battle between Victoria Conrad and Aruka Obanello.
We talked about it. It's sort of like Charles Barkley against, pick a taller player in the NBA. That's the sort of matchup we're going to see tomorrow. And you did tell me that Victoria goes 6'6", right? And she's
well, look at her.
She's one of the tallest.
Speak for you, try to gauge it yourself.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
You've seen her. She's right out there, number 24.
Right.
And she takes up a lot of room in the paint.
Yep.
And, John, sometimes she doesn't even have to leave her feet to make a shot.
Exactly, and that's what happened in the midst of that 16-1 run. One of the most eye-opening plays was when Olivia Masvidal high pointed the ball to Victoria. She just reached up and caught it, and there was no way any Merrimack player was going to reach the pass. Turned around and put it in, and
that's, and if you're North, that's what you want to do.
Yep.
Now the other thing is, how good is she at free throws? We don't know. I mean, I don't think she's been to the line too often.
That's a nice looking three-pointer from the corner,
right?
For Merrimack's Kiera Bikey.
This Merrimack team under Brian Dugan is very spunky. I mean, they don't have a lot of the good players they had last year. And look at the play that they make right there on defense. And here we go.
Yep. Here comes the spunky defense transition basket for Emma Velusi. And just like that, Merrimack has retaken the lead by 4.
Yeah, how about that, huh?
Yeah, a burst from the Tomahawks offense gets them back on top after trailing 17-16 briefly.
But see, that's a point where Tori Conrad had to leave her feet there. She should have.
And she lost the handle.
Right.
Ball slipped out of her hands. Now Merrimack thinking about a three-pointer. Emma Velusi driving, kicks it back. This is Kiera Bikey, thought better of the three-point attempt.
I'll tell you what, one thing that Nashua North does is they play very good defense. And I'm sure defense got them back in that game.
Out of bounds off of Victoria in that instance. So 21-17. It is a lead for Merrimack. They have led for most of the game, including 12-0 to begin things when North struggled mightily to score a basket.
When Brian Dugan came out, when they came out of that locker room,
yep,
and back out into from the hallway onto the court, he had his game face on. His eyes were, steam was coming out.
Well, you
could tell he wants to make sure that he wants. The one thing as a coach, John, that you never like is you never like to give away games. If this is a game that you think your team can win, by God, they better do it. You know what I mean? And that's how coaches look at it. Take advantage of every makeable game there is. And
there's a nice looking shot from Merrimack from the free throw line, and it goes through Jillian Waller with the high arcer.
And it's a 3 too, and it gives them a 24-17 lead.
So North just had a brief glimpse of the lead here, up 17-16, and since then, Merrimack has dominated.
Now that time they did go to Conrad, and Merrimack slows it up. Fast break opportunity. That pass was just a little bit off.
In rhythm, off to the left as she shot it was Jillian Waller. That would have been a big basket.
Sure would have been.
Grace Carden now walks it up the floor. Her team is down by 7, 24-17.
And that's the thing with North, to come all the way back and take that 1-point lead. Merrimack could have said, we're just, it's the same thing all over again. And
Victoria Conrad keeping that rebound alive without leaving her feet, gets fouled. Great decision there by
good decision by
Lillian Brooks to cut through.
Exactly, but Conrad, without leaving her feet, gets fouled. But the thing is, you would love to see her have a couple of more moves to the basket. She was in a situation there where she probably could have gotten a 3-point play if she had been able to just glide to the hoop. She's not that type of player, at least not yet.
Yeah, meantime, you were talking in our last game with South of Aruka Ubanello, how she has improved her game right in close to the basket. Those power moves underneath.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. If those moves, if Conrad had those moves,
she'd be unstoppable.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. She'd put it all together, so. Maybe after tomorrow's game, she'll learn a few from Obanello. Not that, it'll be a one-sided matchup, but Aruka definitely has her strengths, and Victoria has her strengths, and we'll see what the outcome is.
I think North can get their speed game going a little bit. Conrad right now is out of the game. If they can run without her in the game.
Natalie Burgess for 2 on the feed from Mutita Rana.
Yeah, nice feed. But if North can run and maybe, get some offense that way.
Good open look for Merrimack and Jillian Waller.
Great movement with the ball with Merrimack. They just didn't pass up. May have had an easier shot, but Waller was open. So they got to the uncontested shot.
Great touch by Jillian Waller as she got nothing but net from in close. Not always that easy to do when you're not working with the backboard.
No, and you wonder how easy it's going to be.
In rhythm, Lily Brooks, no good.
You wonder how easy it's going to be for this North team to come back and play tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
As you were telling me about,
and
big
then next
matches
week,
tomorrow.
and then next week, John, they added a game. They're going to play it even earlier on Saturday with both teams playing the night before when North and South meet again at the Belanger Gym at 12:30.
Wow, it's just quirky scheduling all around with this pandemic, but you're right, it's less than a day they got to turn around and play.
Sure, it's definitely going to be different.
A 1 o'clock start.
And there's a
layup drill for Jillian Waller.
That's a defensive lap as she was all the way. No one near.
Sure was.
No one there, and she saw the opening and made the hoop.
That was the easiest basket of the night. And it was by Merrimack. They're up by 7 again. Oh, boy. North had that lead, but they have worked so hard to get back into this game, including from being 12-0 down. It seems like they're just a little bit lethargic right now.
It also seems like Kurt Dutilli, I don't know how many timeouts he took in that first half, but it looks like he's going to be saving a few for the second half because we've got 1:54 left in the period.
Yeah, he called one timeout in that first half.
Yep, so he's saving it for that fourth quarter when he's really going to need him. Here we go, and
turning the ball over.
Rarely call. You rarely see that.
Once a game, maybe.
Maybe if the ball is very high and the player tries to bring it down. I didn't see it that. I didn't see that be that obvious.
They say the NBA guys do it all the time.
Oh, they do.
There's Olivia Masro with a nice power move to the basket.
The game has changed greatly.
So it's only a 5-point deficit for North. Driving all the way to the hoop and doesn't get the bounce. Good rebound. We have a jump ball. The possession arrow favors Merrimack.
Well, what a great move. The one thing that Merrimack hasn't lost in that comeback from North, they haven't lost their attack mentality, John.
Kira Bikey with the inbounds pass finds an open Jillian Waller.
They've taken a couple of threes, but have you seen them take a bad shot in this period? No.
Jillian Waller is at the line. She's been very effective for her team in the last several minutes.
First, I think the biggest story of the night, John, is the fact that I've been on one knee for the last 15 minutes, and it'll be a miracle if I'm able to get back up.
Yeah, that's where you are right now, underneath the basket. Tom is a good 20 feet from the back line, so I think he probably less danger being run over before he's able
That's not what I'm afraid of.
regain his feet.
I'm afraid of being able to regain those feet.
Yeah, Motita Rana goes to her left. Olivia Masro, the double team, she'll kick it outside.
Good play by Masro.
Yep. Good looking shot by Grace Carden, doesn't go. Jillian Waller gets fouled on her way to the basket.
Yeah, Waller hesitated. I think if she kept the steam up, she might have had a three-point play out of it, but she hesitated on that play.
Yeah, that's the kind of break you really want to just keep going, lay it up, and let your momentum carry you right into Tom King.
Yeah, that's the scary part.
She did. She stopped and slowed down so much.
No, she wouldn't have hit me because she's going towards the basket. I'm away from the basket.
No, you are. She was at a different angle. Meanwhile, she's hitting her free throws.
I'm what they call strategically located. I'm very impressed with this Merrimack team. I'll tell you right now. They started out the season slow and then they came on. I'm impressed because they've got a good coach. He comes up from Massachusetts. He's been an assistant coach for years, and this is his first head job. And he's looking to build a program in Merrimack. He lives in the town, and this is what he wants. Now this is the problem right here. Okay.
Merrimack up by 9. A chance to add to it. Driving off the glass, no good. Emma Veluzzi got a good look, and a body hits the floor. That's Jillian Waller, who's been all everything for Merrimack in the last few minutes. She's okay. She bounced up.
This is our second girls game this week. We did the game, against Hollis the other night with South and Hollis. Boy, I'll tell you what. I wouldn't have to fight any of these kids. I wouldn't want to have to fight any of these kids for a rebound. They go for blood.
Yeah, they do.
They really do. That ball is like $1 million to them. They are tenacious.
Grace Card and Motita Rana thought about the shot. She's baseline. She's sealed off by Emma Veluzzi. And a whistle. It's going to be kickball against the Tomahawks.
She's got some good
defense.
ball awareness. I think that they would love to get her open so maybe they can get her in the flow of the game more. And he's trying to get open now in the corner, and they
Only
can't
11
do it.
seconds left to go in the third quarter. Olivia Mazerol, who's going to take the final shot. Rana with it. Motita to her right. Looking inside. The floated pass, the put up, and no good. Great look for Natalie Burgess. That's how they ended the first half, but they're not able to end the third quarter in the same fashion. As it was a good idea, but it remains a 9-point lead in favor of Merrimack after the end of 3 quarters. So the question is,
I did it. I was able to get back up.
You did, yeah. Score from the Merrimack North boys game that's going on right now in Merrimack. It is North 54 and Merrimack 29. That is from our executive producer, Pete Johnson, back at headquarters. So a big lead. I don't know if that's a final or not, but North was up big over Merrimack boys, 54-29.
Well, that Merrimack team, as we know, it's Jack Tarleton and company, you know, and they need more. He needs more help on that team. It's a young team with no seniors, and right now it looks that way. You know, they're going through some growing pains. They won their first game of the year on the road at Salem in a close game, and then have not been able to hit their stride since. So, you know, it's just going to be a learning experience for them.
Bishop Girton girls are in action tonight. Bishop Girton girls basketball 54 at Salem 23. I think that is a final. 54-23 BG over Salem girls. And
don't count on that being a final.
No, you know what? Don't count. You're right, because they're likely to put
It's less than an hour.
80 points.
It's not even 7 o'clock yet. It's almost 7.
Oh, that's true. Okay, maybe, yeah.
I mean, if that is a
it's
final,
second half score. I think it's in progress. I think you're right.
If that is a final, that's the quickest game I've seen.
You're probably right.
And we've seen some quick games.
Pete gave me a halftime score for them. Now he gave me this score, so it's probably just an in-progress second half score. Motita Rana throws it underneath. Olivia Mazerol with some good paint work, but not able to kiss the glass right. Victoria Conrad gets the rebound. And Lily Brooks, looked like there was some wrist contact as she shot that, but they have been letting them play, so to say, in this game, as in many games we've seen in this pandemic season 2021. Some contact is being permitted, unless it's a clear evidence of a foul. Underneath, the catch and shoot, and just that quickly, Kiera Bikey gets rid of it.
She had to shoot it quickly because Tori Conrad was coming right over there to swat it away.
So it's an 11-point lead, biggest lead since early in the game for Merrimack, up by 11. Victoria Conrad throws it right back out. I don't know if she wants to do that, being that close to the basket, but she had her back to it. Merrimack with the loose ball.
Uh-oh.
Three-pointer, no good. Nice snatch out of the air by Caitlin Lorendi.
Yep.
Sideline. Caitlin Lorendi driving, stops, pops off to the left, doesn't get the bounce. Loose ball on the floor. Olivia Mazerol gets it loose to Victoria Conrad. Motita Rana has it. In rhythm, Lily Brooks might have got deflected out of her hand. Never had a chance to get up and over the rim. Out of bounds off of Merrimack, so North will inbound it here. 6:22 to go in the fourth quarter. North's got a big hill to climb if they're going to win this one. Down by 9 points to begin the quarter, now down by 11. Cutting to the basket. Belusi has it knocked away.
Nice play by Lorendi. Nice block by Caitlin Lorendi.
Oh, that was Lily DeBillis, for Merrimack, had it knocked away. Caitlin Lorendi, more good defense for North.
Lorendi frustrated because she had the ball and just couldn't clutch it.
And you down 11, you feel like you have to seize every opportunity if you're having any chance for the comeback. North came all the way back from a 12-0 deficit to lead in this game, 17-16, but the effort to get back there seems to have left them spent.
And this is a team, there's a long pass down the floor to Mazerol, and she's fouled. This is a team, Merrimack team, that won the earlier game between these two teams earlier this week, on Wednesday night, 45-32. So you get 3 games in 4 days. It'll be interesting to see how North plays tomorrow. And, of course, Nashua South girls, they're at Pelham tonight on the road. So,
so they're not going to be any fresher tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
Exactly. In fact, less fresh because
they're travel.
Travel.
Yep, good point. So Tom King will be one of the last faces I see tonight, and then the
And
first face
you see
tomorrow.
tomorrow, right? Exactly.
Too much.
I know.
Too soon.
Too soon.
I was looking at schedules, all the crazy schedules they're talking about. I think the Boston Bruins are playing a hockey game against the Rangers tonight, and then they got to play tomorrow, or is it the other way around? They're playing the Islanders tonight. It's Friday, Saturday. Saturday, right? They're playing.
Yeah, I believe they're playing the Rangers tonight.
Rangers tonight,
yeah.
Islanders tomorrow.
And,
It's a back-to-back against the Rangers, and then another one against the Islanders. So they just NHL hockey. You would think that's exhausting to play 2 nights in a row like that.
It's got to be.
Yeah, but then they're off until next Thursday, so that's just weird.
It's good to know because those are the games that I have to wait for to post online off the AP website.
Yeah, a couple 7 o'clock games Friday, Saturday, then nothing until Thursday.
Right.
Here come the
nice steal.
Tomahawks, and Motita Rana got bodied, so that's a foul against Merrimack trying to get back in the action. You always see that overcompensate type of foul when the ball gets stolen.
5:07 left, and Nashua North is going to need. They're going to need offense, but they're going to need their defense to turn it into offense, and that means they're going to have to full court press, I believe.
That's right. They need stops and baskets.
Yeah.
Victoria Conrad, power move.
That's the move you want to see. That's the move. Boy, if she could do that every time,
Unstoppable.
be unstoppable. Set that up as much as you can. And look how she got back on defense right away. She's the first player down on defense.
To her credit, 9 points to go in the game. 9 points and 4.5 minutes left to go in the game. And Merrimack doesn't get the bounce. Victoria Conrad with that easy rebound above the field.
You can sense a little bit of momentum swing here. You really sense if they hit this basket.
Oh, Motita Rana just lost control of that dribble.
But the ball, I believe, was knocked out off a Merrimack player. I thought the ref pointed to the wall, so that would be North's ball, and it is.
You're correct. Brooks inbounds. Victoria.
Someone got up there and took it away from her.
They did.
Might have. I'm not sure who that was.
Kieran Beike throws it outside, off the glass, no good.
You
Rebound,
cannot
Merrimack.
get beat on the offensive boards. You cannot if you're North down 9.
Kaylee Bournemouth, number 24, was the one who got in there and got
rebound. If you're Merrimack, you take your time. You move the ball around.
Open look for 3. Back rims it, and the ball gets batted out of bounds.
Merrimack doing a job on the rebounding.
Yeah.
And getting the ball and at least keeping it alive, and it goes out of bounds.
So mass substitution here.
I bet the cheerleaders were glad I got out of their way, don't you think?
Yeah. Yeah, you were right in front of them.
I know it.
Under 4 minutes to go. Merrimack working with a 9-point lead and the ball in no hurry. Kira Beike, cross-court pass. Shannon Sadwani, who's hit a 3 in this game. Kira Beike, air ball.
Well, they've tried 3 threes and they haven't made them. My guess is they should have been going to try to drive the ball inside, force the foul, get to the line.
Shannon Sadwani, one of her dribbles hit out of bounds, so it's North ball.
The one thing they did was they shaved a minute off the clock, even though they didn't come out with any points.
Yep.
But North, if they can get hit a big put up, the old fake and steps.
Faked herself out.
And you know what? I don't think she did it.
No. It had the illusion of steps, but I agree with you.
I think that's a ref who made that call because he's seen it a million times, and I don't blame him, but I don't think she really traveled.
Merrimack with it with 3:14 left in the game, up by 9. And again, taking some time off the clock, valuable seconds if you're the team that's trailing. Lily DeBillis passes it to Jillian Waller. Waller gives it to Bournemouth. Kaylee. Long shot doesn't go. Key rebound for Lily Brooks. She'll dribble it down court.
Gotta hurry.
2:45 left. Right to the basket. Layup drill. Good decision, Lily Brooks.
You had to love that.
And there's one of those timeouts that the coach kept in his pocket, Tom, for Merrimack. He is not happy with what he just saw. And we're going to get the board out, the clipboard, and explain.
Well, all you have to explain is you just can't let a player go coast to coast on you.
Yep.
You know, with a 9-point lead.
And
7-point game with 2:40 left.
Speaking of court awareness, our cameraman Tim O'Neill knows where the emotion lies as he zeroes in on that aforementioned Merrimack huddle here in this timeout. Merrimack does have control of this game for the moment. They're up by 7, but it's not impossible that North could maybe come back in and tie it up or better, but they have to hit just about every shot.
Well, if I'm the Titans, I put in the full court press right now.
Yes.
And you know what? To do that, they may not be able to have Conrad on the floor.
Right. They have to put their speed troops out there.
They might have to do it that way. I'm not sure. Let's see what Kurt Dutilli comes up with. Conrad is in the back of the huddle right now.
Yep.
Getting a breathe. You know, she's tired. So, yeah, she's not going back out there. Yep, they are going to go with the speed group to try to cover the length of the floor.
So Merrimack will be taking the ball out of their own end here. Tom's called for the full court press, but there's no real sign of it.
No sign of it. I'm surprised.
Making it easy, really, on Merrimack.
Yeah,
Walk the ball up the court.
Walk the ball up the court.
Can't have it, right?
But in fact, Merrimack could have done the old.
They could have done the roll thing,
yeah.
Tomahawks, and almost a steal for Natalie Burgess. You saw her use the leg.
And she's called for the foul.
Did they say that? I was going to say Merrimack.
They called Burgess for the foul.
Non-shooting foul, you're right.
Right, non-shooting is each team had 14 fouls.
Merrimack inbounds it. Cutting to the basket and good, and draws the foul. Big basket for Emma Veluzzi.
You cannot allow that pass to be made. It was a super pass and a super cut by Veluzzi. And look at that. All of a sudden, it's a 9-point game, and she goes to the line.
Chance to make it double digits, in fact. So a really big play right there for the Tomahawks to keep North at distance. Nice rebound. Olivia Mazarol snatches it out of the air. 2:15 to go. North needs to make some shots fairly quickly. Olivia Mazarol runs into the double team literally, and they're going to call a blocking foul, which Merrimack doesn't agree with.
Well, there's a double team that Merrimack needed to make, but right now, if I'm Nashua and North, I'm trying to move the ball to the perimeter and get some three-pointers up there.
And hopefully some makes if they're going to have a chance to come back all the way. Samantha Canto checks out of the game, and Caitlin Lorendi's back in. Inbound play, Olivia Mazarol hands it off to Caitlin Lorendi. She's got Lillian Brooks, Natalie Burgess, and Grace Carden out there with her. Off of the pick. Cross-court pass, Grace Carden thought about a three. She's going to go to her right with the dribble. Steps back, looking for a teammate to pass to, finds Caitlin Lorendi. 1:45. North's got to shoot the basketball. They're down by 9.
They're taking too much time here. They got to shoot it.
They're killing clock. They don't want to kill.
No, they don't, exactly.
Lorendi from in tight. Just can't get the momentum over the rim. Got to get it back.
Got to shoot it right away.
Got to shoot it. Lily Brooks for 3. Oh, needed it.
What?
Olivia Mazarol inside, slapped away by Merrimack, and that could be the game right there.
She went for the cutter instead of, what Mazarol did was she looked for somebody on the perimeter to pass it to. The problem was there weren't any Titans out there. So she had to go to the cutter towards the basket, and that creates the turnover and the foul. North had to have more awareness to get out on the perimeter and have players out there. They really needed to do that.
So Tom spotting Merrimack 12-0 lead early. That's come back to haunt.
No, it's like, those mountains, John, you climb them, but eventually you think you're going to reach the top and you grab out for it, and eventually you just kind of start to slide back the other way.
Exactly what happened. They reached the top at 17-16. North had that brief lead, but that was the one and only time in this game. As Merrimack re-seized control, and they are up by double digits now, 11-point lead with 1:20 left to go in the game. Yeah, the BG girls are leading 66-24 over the Salem girls at the end of the third quarter.
Yeah. Told you that wasn't a final.
Long way to go yet in that one. End of third in Merrimack in the boys game. North is leading Merrimack 56-32, so they're putting up a lot of points tonight.
And this
North boys
Merrimack team goes from the frying pan into the fire after North on the road. They are going to see BG on Monday.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Inbound play. Losing the handle, and it's Merrimack basketball with just over a minute left. Steal, Grace Carden with a heads-up play and puts it in. Timeout North.
Yep, wow, he needs to call it.
Yeah, 9-point game with 58 seconds left to go. I guess we're just going to do immediate fouls if you're going to have any chance.
Well,
right
that's
here.
what Kirk Dutilli will talk to you about, you know.
Putting Merrimack at the line,
Well,
hoping for the best.
Well, they are in the penalty now. They have 17 fouls, so.
BG boys game against Salem's gone final, and it's going to be a, 78-32 win for BG boys over the Blue Devils.
Yeah, and they get Merrimack on Monday night. Those games were moved from Tuesday to Monday today. The reason being, the never-ending stream of snowstorms that we are probably going to get next week.
What are you telling me? I haven't looked at the weather forecast.
I'm telling you that.
We get another one?
I'm telling you that the sky is going to open up next week, and it's just not. I don't think the faucet's going to get turned off.
Oh.
You know, I mean, you know, it's just.
I got no room to put it.
It's one. Hey, you sure you do? It's not that bad. You got one storm.
Snowbanks over my head.
Not as bad as it was in 2015.
No, it
and
isn't.
I missed both those storms.
Definitely had worse winters.
I missed both those storms. I was in Phoenix.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, I hated you back then.
Oh, I know.
I remember that.
Everybody did. I hated to come back.
Merrimack leading.
Yeah, light
38-29.
Light snow on Sunday.
Yeah.
Then
when it gets here on Tuesday.
Then Monday night Monday night, I guess, and then Tuesday night, and then.
Great.
And then later on in the week, I guess Thursday, we're supposed to get snow mixed with ice. According to what I saw on my phone today, it's just.
So where's our game tomorrow? South. I just want to keep going. After the South game, I'm just going to drive south.
John,
south.
We went over this before, remember?
Oh, yeah, I might be in the wrong place. It's here.
Right, it's here.
It's here.
Right.
All right, I got to come back here.
You thought it was at South, and I said, you know what, I should just let you think that.
The more you talk about snow, the more I want to go south. But
there's no going south, west, anywhere.
Yeah,
you know?
So we're at north tomorrow.
We are at north tomorrow.
Only light snow on Sunday. So no snow tomorrow. You say that's the good news? No snow on Saturday?
No snow tomorrow.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
45 seconds left to go, and the Merrimack Tomahawks are at the 40-point plateau.
I mean, it's just, I mean, look, the theory that I have always is that, you know, this time of year, anything that comes out of the sky is never any good. All right.
Yeah.
So that's the one thing you keep in mind.
Yeah.
But it's when it just keeps coming out of the sky that's really bad.
Mad scramble for the loose ball on the floor. The jump ball arrow favors Merrimack.
January, I'm looking at it, you know, for the entire month. I'm looking at it, the leaves that I didn't get to, and now they are a distant memory in February.
Caitlin Lorendi with a heroic effort to get a fingertip on that pass. Now she has it, kicks it out for a three-pointer for Grace Carden. Kind of a line drive, doesn't go. 26 seconds left. Whistle.
Three-pointer would have made things semi-interesting. It would have cut it to 8, but 26.9 left. You're down 11. I think that's the decision has been made.
Yes. Inbound play for North with 25 seconds left to go. Caitlin Lorendi to her right.
Got to put up the shot. You know?
There's a shot off the side of the backboard.
As soon as you get the ball in bounds, as soon as you get the pass, you got to throw it up there.
So we'll have to chalk this up to a learning experience for the North girls.
Right, and then tomorrow the rivalry game. We'll see how that works out. That's going to be interesting for both teams.
3 seconds to go, 2, and that will do it here. Merrimack girls basketball team wins it 40-29 over the host Nashua High North girls Titans. John Collins, Tom King, we Glad you could join us. Our cameraman has been Tim O'Neill and our executive producer, Pete Johnson.
We will see you tomorrow, John Collins.
See you tomorrow, 1 o'clock start on a Saturday, February 13, North versus South girls basketball. Can't wait. For now, we'll say good night from Nashua High North, everybody.